Hey guys, how's it going? I'll give it a few more minutes. Let a few people jump in here. Wow. Crypto is on the brink of implosion. Okay, well I think that's further from the truth than it can be. I don't think that's the truth at all. Crypto is on the brink of implosion. Okay, so all we've got to do is look at the charts to have an understanding of what's going on there. So you know, the volume at the moment is rubbish. There's just no volume in the markets at all, which is why we've got this you know, this massive bearish market as we stand. At the moment, I mean, if we look at this, you know, the chart they're showing and trace it back throughout, you know, the last couple of years, you know, all of the moves are mirrored. So if we look at this, is the spike when it went up to $20,000, you know, and this is where we are at the moment, this massive bearish drop off, and then we've got this slight increase in the market here, and obviously we're sitting up here at what, 63,000, 68,000, 65,000. Well, I say that just shy of 66,000. So yeah, I think you know, but then when we look at this, back it up a little bit, and you'll see that, you know, just here we've done exactly the same. You know, we've had this massive spike, and then it's dropped off and become really, really bearish. And again, you know, we then had the spike up, now we've dropped off and become bearish, and then we're starting to climb again. So historically, you know, the markets work historically, and when you actually look at those, you know, all you've got to do is look at that and see that there is actually an uptrend that's going on at the moment. Bear with me 1 second, let me just pull my charts up and I shall show you something that I have seen. Right. Crikey, this is the trouble when you're running multiple screens. You can never find what you're looking for. Okay. So, don't forget to hit the like button. You know, we will get round to some useful information. Just building up a few people in here. Oh look, I have one viewer. Hello viewer. Hope you're doing well today. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. You know, this is a one-on-one at the moment, so you know, feel free to ask any questions that you might have, and I will do my best to answer. Just don't make it too hard, though. Okay, so what one have we got here? Ah, TRX, the old Tron. That's not looking too bad. Let's pull up a new one. Oh dear. I really need to get better internet. Right, okay. Let's just change some settings to make it easier to see. Voila! Oh, what happened there? That didn't work, did it? Typical. Okay, so the markets at the moment, you know, if we look at what's going on here, all these people are making these massive wild assumptions at the moment about how the market is reacting, and that Bitcoin's going to explode. I would be very, 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 very careful. You know, this is not a time to be getting into the investment side, or the time to be selling off. Let's just put one in here. Okay, so what we've got here is a nice little downward wedge. So, you know, from sort of here going backwards, we've had a turn and we've sort of picked up a little bit of an up momentum. But the trouble is, there's just nothing in the markets. I mean, when you look at the trading volumes, you know, the trading volumes, there's just nothing there. And the trouble is that people will say, oh, we're going to be breaking out, you know, Bitcoin's gonna take to the skies and things. But people aren't taking this into consideration. Anything we get is going to be a false breakout, you know, in my opinion. I mean, you know, we've got the support levels at 6,700, 68, 69. And I personally think what we're going to see is we're going to see a movement like this. We're going to see a break, and all of the old moon men are going to be going, yeah, off to the moon we go, and the market is going to do this and retract, and I think it's going to pull back down to probably somewhere around the 6,500 mark. But I think the minute that this starts to pass up and it passes through the 6,800, you know, this is it. This is the moon, and I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be getting very poor. You know, so I just think it's one of those things that people just need to be a little bit careful about at the moment, and I probably wouldn't get involved until after, you know, some time. I've been saying in some of my past videos that today is a sort of critical to where the markets are going to be turning, you know, and I think at the moment, I don't know, there was, you know, it changed quite a lot, sort of here, you know, expecting this push through on the 6,700, but we just got rejected again, you know. I mean, crikey, we've rejected for the third time, you know. I mean, you could almost say they're the fourth time actually, and sent all the way back down for a retest. So, you know, obviously this is a bit of a problem at the moment, that we're still stuck in this, you know, although we've got this uptrend and we're making higher lows, you know, this is just a bit of an issue that I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up having a bit of a run for it and then being pushed back down on the retest. You know, and this is obviously going to become sort of the norm for another couple of weeks, I think. But that's just me, you know. What do I know? You know, I'm not a professional trader. This isn't trading advice. I'm just telling you what I think. Let's move that up to there. You know, I mean, we are seeing sort of in this area, you know, there is a bit of movement there, but you know, whether it's whether it's going to actually continue and take us on, or whether it's going to drop us off, you know, it's I think it's a bit early to see. But as I say, if you know, anytime this thing breaks, I think the important thing to do is to actually just have a look. You know, if we start to break these, have a look at the volume, make sure the volume's there, because if the volume isn't there, it's going to push and then it's just going to drop back down again straight away. You know, because there's just nothing there to support it. And the trouble is that the books are so thin at the moment that the smallest buy or sell in the market is going to have a massive effect here. You know, we're not talking hundreds of thousands. You know, somebody could come in with a couple of $100, you know, and put some money down, and that's going to have an effect here because the volumes are just so low at the moment. You know, not like sort of back when it was up to 20,000. You know, it would take hundreds of thousands to manipulate or to move the market, but at the moment it's quite easy to manipulate this because there's just no, you know, no real volume to it, and that. But you know, that's as it is with Bitcoin. But obviously, Bitcoin drives the market for all of the other altcoins. Anyway, looking at TRX, so Tron. I am quite a fan of Tron. I think what they're doing is really, really good. And I think they're going to do very well. You know, on the flip side, you know, we've seen some good movement in the last few days. At the moment, I invested in Tron when it was at about 8 cents a coin, so I put quite a heavy investment in then. So obviously at the moment I'm feeling the pain because my investment's down about 74%, I think. Excuse me, around 74%. So yeah, so it's just one of those things that you know, you feel it. But I'm sort of sitting on those, and I've been investing more and more as the market's gone down, because now is the time to start getting into this. You know, we're in such a bearish market that you know, we're seeing drops out of, you know, we're down like 90 odd %. You know, get in now, because when it recovers, you know, you make those 90% back straight away, and then when it pushes through, happy days. So yeah, we've dropped into this here. You know, we're forming this into this wedge nicely, and you know, we've got a bit of a sort of just my little push-up alley there, and as you can see, we're sort of bouncing in there nicely. And again, we're coming into a critical sort of area over the next sort of couple of days to see which way this is going to be going. And obviously, this is going to be heavily reliant on Bitcoin's move. You know, there's been lots and lots of fiat pairings for Tron lately, which is great because it just separates them from Bitcoin. But you know, I mean, sort of, we're seeing some good volume here. You know, I mean, we are seeing some relatively good volume numbers coming up. But again, you know, there's not massive amounts of volume because people again don't want to be buying in this bearish market. Everybody's scared of it. You know, but take advantage. You know, there's some things that you can certainly do. You know, $100 investment today. You know, who knows what that's going to be in a year, 2 years time. I think we're going to be pushed down. You know, to the 2.024. So you know, around here will be tested back down. And I think, you know, with Tron, we've got the we've got some good news coming out of there at the moment. I mean, they've got the virtual machine launched. And stuff like that, which is great. Tron is a bit of a dark horse because, you know, they sort of entered the market when you know, when it all started to turn a bit. And don't forget, Tron's only been around for like a year. You know, and in that time, Justin Sun's taken them. He's launched the main net. You know, that launch. And what happened? The main net was launched. So really good, successful news. But then the market went down. How the hell does that work? You know, I found that quite fascinating because, you know, there wasn't all of this hype and buy up as what people thought there was. And then there's been other things. So Tron bought BitTorrent. So, you know, another bit of great news. The markets went down. You know, so it's been a bit of a weird time for Tron. But, you know, they are just striving for greatness. You know, and I think they've... you know, I think they've got a really good project, and I really do believe in it. And I think it is going to be something that, you know, could potentially become mass adopted. Anyway, so Tron is not looking too bad. You know, we're seeing again some positive movement there, and I think we're going to bounce in between these lines. And I think that sort of my end of year for Tron, I think we're going to be sitting at around the, I reckon probably somewhere around here, around the 4-5 mark, if not a little bit higher. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to break as everyone thinks it is. You know, and I'm guilty of that. I've done a couple of videos where I said that it was going to moon and stuff, but obviously now seeing what's happening, I don't think it will. You know, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, this is what crypto is. You kind of, you know, you just try and nobody knows what's going to happen. You just make an informed decision. So, yeah, that's those two. Anyway, a couple of bits in the news that was quite interesting was Binance delisted 4 cryptocurrencies, sending them all crashing. Yeah, it was quite interesting. So, Binance rather, have basically delisted 4 cryptocurrencies from their trading, from their exchange. And that's basically caused these things to crash in a big way as well. I mean, what have we got here? What's this one? So ALTCOIN, yeah, that's taken a massive dive there. Bitcoin, again, you know, that's taken a big dive. Triggers down 49%, and Icona nearly 9% since announcement, so not too bad on that one. But yeah, but apparently this is all down to quality assurance. So yeah, they wanted, well, rather they are saying that they can't guarantee the quality assurance of these coins. So I think they're sort of looking at them, you know, in evidence of what it is that they're doing. You know, that they're actually not some kind of scam coin, maybe. You know, it's a bit bizarre. They're not really giving any sort of major detail or info. But anyway, so that was quite interesting that you know, taking these things off of the exchange has caused them to just dip. Yeah, we've already looked at that one. So again, I think that you know, the crypto implode I think is a load of rubbish. I think now is a great time to be looking to get into crypto, because the markets are down so much they can only go up, and everyone is saying that we've seen bottom, and I think we have. Anyway, PayPal for crypto up to 25,000. Online stores in Germany may accept digital currencies or digital money in 2019. I think anyone that comes up with that is going to be doing quite well. You know, an online or PayPal for cryptocurrencies. Yeah, that would be a good thing, I think. Again, though, it just relies on adoption. You know, it needs to be mass adopted to make it you know, to make it scalable and make it work. You know, I mean, I'm a business owner as well, and I wouldn't have it in my store if I didn't think it was going to be used, because obviously it means I would have to make some kind of financial outlay. So as long as it gets adopted in a big way, then yeah, I think that's a great idea. Industry leaders, Bitcoin and crypto have a bright future. So yeah, you know, again, couldn't agree more. I think that we are in such its infancy with cryptocurrencies that you know, moving forward, what we actually see is you know, a great future. Again, you've probably heard this before, people talking about the dot-com bubble, you know, Google, Amazon, all of these types of people that started and everyone said never go anywhere. You know, and I think we are currently seeing the birth of the future with cryptocurrencies, and you know, the whole blockchain and things like that. Its uses are endless, and I think now is a perfect time to get in and set up for my retirement. That would be wonderful, but unfortunately I'm not that lucky, and you know, as they say, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have none at all. Okay, so yeah, bright future for all the cryptocurrencies across the board. You know, it's just a case of doing a bit of research and learning what it is that you are doing and looking for. Ethereum sell-off in August shows the crypto has hit bottom. Yeah, you know, we're starting to see a bit of an uphill now, although it isn't a proper uphill struggle. You know, we've got sideways movements and everything. As you can see, it's come down. We've hit the bottom here, and you know, we're starting to make recovery, albeit very bloody slowly. But other than that, yeah, I think it's you know, we are going to see some pushes. We're coming into the you know, the Christmas months, the lead up to there. So I think, you know, we might see some recovery between now and December. It would be absolutely wonderful too, because obviously, you know, we have been bearish now for what, 8-9 months. So yeah, it'll be wonderful to see you know, the market cap pick up. I mean, crikey, you know, we've dropped what, 3.5 billion off overnight. You know, so yeah, what's this? MasterCard win pattern. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So MasterCard looking to use blockchain technologies for its multi-currencies. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Have a look at this in your own time. I'm going to be going in just a moment, but have a look at this one, because this is quite interesting. So there's lots and lots of players out there, big financial players that you know, that want to get involved in cryptocurrencies. They want to get involved in blockchain, but there's no regulation, so they won't invest, you know, because of being seen to be reckless or anything like that. So, you know, for these guys to actually start to push this forward is really good news for the whole crypto and blockchain markets, because it gives some confidence, you know, a big name that's looking to come in, you know, to get involved in this sort of stuff. You know, it's what we need, what the market needs, and hopefully this will have a knock-on effect. And so this is definitely one to watch, MasterCard, and see what happens there, you know, if they get the blockchain off the ground for the technologies that they want to do. Anyway, guys, I am Owen Lee, and I'm going to be signing off. Thanks very much for my one watcher for this video, I think. Hope it's not been too boring for you, and please give us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. I will be doing more of these than that. So anyway, thanks very much. I will catch you on the flip side. Adios.